Larry, during the summer, you were part of the All-Century team. You spent time with Bill Belichick. What was that like?
It's been great. I've had a wonderful relationship with Coach Belichick for a long time. Um, like my uncle went to high school with him, so I uh, I got introduced to him probably like 12 or 13 years ago, and stayed in pretty good contact with him. And have a lot of respect for Coach as a man, and obviously as a Hall of Fame football coach. The greatest mind to ever coach the game. And when you play against his teams, you got to be prepared. Because his team's gonna be prepared. So it's an honor to be able to be on the same field with him.
Larry, both you and him have been a part of your teams for a long time. Did you ever envision this type of longevity with one organization and playing in the NFL this long early on in your career?
I think everybody that comes in the league has aspirations to play a long, career. I mean, that's the goal. I mean, you don't get in it to have a 2 year, 2 year career. But I'm very thankful to be able to be with the same organization for that long, and obviously haven't had the same success as Coach Belichick has, in New England. But you still appreciate every single day you have the ability to do something that you truly enjoy and love, and I think we both share, that same sentiment.
Hey, Larry, offensively, you guys have had a lot of success at a lot of times this year. I know you probably would, as a team, would like to be a little bit more successful early on in games in the first quarter. Is there a difference between starting a game and having, some issues or up and down performance, or is that just if you're doing it then as opposed to doing it in the third quarter, it's all the same kinds of things? Is there any difference to the beginning of a game?
I mean, eventually we get it going, every game we play, but it would be amazing if we can do it from the first time we touch the football, go down and, put together a great, 7 to 8 play scoring drive just to really set the game up and put it in, put ourselves in the driver's seat early, as opposed to only doing it when our backs are against the wall and having to do it. It would be nice to be able to have that complete, um, you know, kind of a head start when you go on the field. The game is hard enough, when you put yourself in tough positions. It makes it that much more difficult. So, there's no better time to start than this week. Let's go out and score points in the first quarter and continue the onslaught. That would be great.
Next three, please. Craig, Sierra, and Howard.
Hey, Larry, just to follow up to that, is there a reason or is something you can put your finger on as to why we're not getting a fast start out of the gate?
Well, I think the biggest thing, and Coach has addressed it to us on multiple occasions, is the negative plays, right? Negative runs, or holding penalties, or false starts, or illegal procedures. Any of those type of things that put you behind the sticks makes it much more difficult for you to continue to put first downs together and execute, at the proficiency that we're accustomed to. And so we can eliminate those negative plays that set us back. I think that will go a long way in helping us achieve that goal of, putting together, drives that are sustainable.
Well, he just asked the question I was going to ask, so I get to move on to the corny question. Happy Thanksgiving. I guess you guys are pretty excited to have tomorrow off. What does it mean to you to be able to have Thanksgiving off? What are you thankful for? And what's your favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving?
Sierra, thank you for that. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family as well. And no, we don't have the day off. We're still coming in. We still have, practice from I think 8 to noon, and then Coach is gonna let us go home after that. But it's been nice because we had able to come in to work on Monday and Tuesday, and obviously today, to be able to get some of the physical stuff done. Tomorrow's more of a mental day for us to prepare. But all of us are very thankful to be able to do what we do. I mean, if you would have told me in June that we would be here in week 11 or 12 of the season, and we're still rolling as a league, I would have told you that's probably 50-50 with everything that's going on. So to be able to be here, and we're clearly not out of the water, with things the way they're going, but thankful to be able to come here and do the work that we're doing and be around the men that I'm around, and have your family and friends be healthy. We know a lot of Americans have suffered, over these last few months, and our thoughts and prayers are with them as a team and the organization. And I just hope everybody has a wonderful holidays.
Larry, the Hall of Fame announced the 25 semifinalists yesterday, and Alan Faneca is the only one on the list with a Cardinals connection. Just had the one season, his last one of his career in 2010. Do you have any recollections of him and his, not only his play, but his impact and his leadership, even in just that one season he was with the team?
Yeah, I mean, I had great memories of Alan. 10 years ago, he was a really cool teammate, quiet to himself, but a really good worker. And when I was playing at the University of Pittsburgh for 2 years, obviously I got a chance to be there because our facilities were connected to the Pittsburgh Steelers facility. So saw him in the lunchroom, saw him at practice, saw him do the work he was doing there in Pittsburgh, and then to be able to play with him was a great honor. And then having him and Russ Grimm together again, who they were together in Pittsburgh, to see that dynamic relationship. And so I'm elated for him to see him on the ballot. And, I hope this is the year he's able to get in because he's truly deserving. He might be he also be in the Hall of Fame for most weight loss out of anybody, going in too. I mean, I don't know if you followed him, since he's retired, but he's tiny, man. You wouldn't even recognize him as an offensive guard any longer.
We will wrap it up today with Kyle and Craig, please.
Larry, when it comes to just playing with the Cardinals your whole career, I understand it takes both sides to work it out, but was there a certain at a certain point in your career when you decided, like, I'm going to do what I can to just remain with one organization my whole time?
I don't know, like early in my career if I said that. I know as I got a little bit later in my career, something definitely I wanted to do. I think more so, not even from a football perspective, but when you're able to stay in the same place, you're able to develop long-lasting relationship with people. You grow with people. I known Fu since 04, and Darren and Kent and I mean, there's so many people and organizations, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Boys Club, Boys and Girls Club out of Valley. I mean, there's so many different organizations. You're able to develop relationships, and you're able to do things in the community to make your presence felt. And I think you feel an obligation to those organizations, the people that you come into contact with, the relationships that you develop, to continue to build on those and do your part. And obviously that wouldn't be possible if you weren't performing on the field. But I think it goes hand in hand, and I think more so than anything, that's the thing that you take pride in and you appreciate the most.
Larry, do you have any plans for Thanksgiving after practice, after the workouts at the facility?
So Chad, one of our trainers, he fries a bunch of turkeys for the guys every single year. So, Mark Dalton's gonna have his first fried turkey this year. So I'm really looking forward to getting his response. He's a traditional guy, and to see him breaking tradition this year is going to be quite an achievement for him. But pick up the turkey, I'll probably stop over at my brother's house and see his family, and then call grandma and check in with the family, and then get home and have something to eat and watch the games and fall asleep on the couch. Usually that's about the routine, and then wake up, after that meal, and then do it all over again. Make me another plate, get some peach cobbler, a little ice cream. Not that I'm excited about it or anything like that, but that's usually what happens.